Roosevelt Watkins, thank you so very much for tuning in tonight. Roosevelt Watkins with Hope Organization want to take this opportunity to welcome you back as we're returning for another season. Scandal has nothing on us.
That's right.
And so we're delighted tonight to have our special guest. Let me remind you that we are Hope Organization. Hope Organization is one organization located in two locations. We're located at 6921 South Halsted, and we're also located at 9231 South Cottage Grove. If you ever need assistance with your light and gas bill, we'd be more than happy to assist you with any light and gas bill. Those of you that may have been hit hard by this winter, many of us have, and need some assistance paying your light and gas bill, why not give us a call and we can assist you, or come into our office at 6921 South Halsted. That's in the Inglewood community, or in the Burnside, Chatham, Chesterfield community at 9231 South Cottage Grove. All you need to do is bring in your light and gas bill, proof of income for the last 30 days, and Social Security cards of everyone in the household. Those of you that are also looking for after school programs, we have after school programs that's available for your children. And so we have safe haven programs and other programs, technology programs that can assist your children as well. So those of you that need assistance with technology and want to learn how to become more familiar with technology, because we want to bridge the digital divide, we can provide that assistance as well. And lastly, let me say, those of you that are driving out here in the streets, click it or ticket. I just wanted to throw that in just in case somebody out here want to stunt and don't want to buckle up that seatbelt. Want to buckle up that seatbelt. In Illinois, you do know if you don't have that seatbelt, they will write you a ticket, and we want to just send that shout out. I'm delighted tonight to have this special guest with me. He's no stranger to the city of Chicago. Really, he needs no introduction. He's of age where he can speak of himself or speak for himself. People said that the West Side and the South Side can't come together, but we're dispelling that tonight.
That's right.
Because we have the West Side, which some say is the best
Blessed
side.
Yes.
Oh, the blessed side?
The blessed and the best.
Blessed and, okay, blessed and best.
We'll take both.
We'll take both. All right. And he's here with us tonight. He's the proud pastor of New Landmark Baptist Church and the president of the Leaders Network. And I'm delighted to have with us, and if we had applause, I would hit the applause button of the one and only Pastor Dr. Cy Fields. We're delighted to have you with us tonight and sharing with us. Is there anything you want to tell our audience before we get started with tonight's topic about yourself, who you are, where your church is located, and some of the great things that you're doing, not only with your church, but with the Leaders Network?
Sure. Again, my name is Pastor Cy Fields, and I'm the proud pastor of New Landmark Missionary Baptist Church, located on 2700 West Wilcox in the East Garfield Park community here in Chicago, on the great west side of Chicago. And I've been pastoring there for 13 years, whereby, of course, our motto and theme and aim is to help people win in life through God's Word, great worship, and good worship. And there at New Landmark, we're doing many things, not only to help bring up the spirituality of our members and community, but what I'm most proud about, it probably relates to our program today, Reverend, is we have a social justice ministry that's really designed and involved to really empower and to organize within the community around issues that are germane to the interests of our community. And that's one of the many good things we're doing at New Landmark, as well as a lot of other things, but that's one that's very germane to our topic here today. And as President Leaders Network, which is a network of pastors and community-based leaders, basically we come together and gather to advocate and to move on social justice issues, things that are germane, we call truth to power. We believe in speaking up for the voiceless and for those who cannot be heard and cannot be seen. Leaders Network is moving forward to advocate for that will uplift our community, our city, and even our state.
Awesome. Yeah, very proud of you and the work that you're doing. And as president, I'm just happy to have you as one of my presidents because I am a member of Leaders Network. I legitimize Network, making it citywide, coming from the south side to the west side. Listen, tonight we have a powerful topic that we're dealing with because, as you know, we continue to see so much violence and crime take place in the city of Chicago. Unfortunately, when we have crime, violence in our city, we have young people who oftentimes are either a victim of this crime or a perpetrator of the crime. And tonight we're going to talk about incarceration and expungement. As you are aware, there's new legislation that's out, and there are individuals, elected officials, who are pushing a new legislation saying that youth, juvenile delinquents who have been arrested should have their criminal record expunged automatically at the age of 18. And so that's our topic tonight. Should youth juveniles have their records expunged automatically when they turn 18? Everybody needs a second chance. When we were children, we used to use this term called do-overs. Everybody need a do-over. If you weren't good at sport and you struck out at the bat, they would give us a do-over. Let us do it all over again. In life, people need do-overs. They need the opportunity where they can do it all over again. Many times as young people, we make mistakes. We do things without thinking, peer pressure, or whatever the case may be. But then you have a brush with the law. You get arrested. And we know once a person is arrested, that record follows them
That's right.
for the rest of their lives. And so there are legislations that's coming forth that's saying, and I think that the author of the legislation, and we're going to have him on the show, is State Rep Art Turner, who's pushing for this. Understand that the mayor is supporting this. And so we want to hear from you. 312-738-1060 is our call-in number. 312-738-1060 is the call-in number. You have an opportunity to let us know how you feel about young people once they're arrested. Should they have their criminal background expunged automatically at 18? Or will this give them a license to keep committing crimes, knowing that once I turn 18, I'm going to get my record expunged, so let me go ahead and get it in. So I want to hear from you, Dr. Fields, what your thoughts or ideas about this new legislation that's out, this legislation that youth, juveniles should have their records expunged.
Well, thank you, Reverend Watkins. Again, it's a pleasure to be here tonight. I think it's a great legislation. I really do. I really applaud our officials, Art Turner, and those who support. And even this morning, I heard even Mayor Rahm Emanuel publicly go out and state his support of such a bill. I think it is because when we look at the impact, if it does not happen, what currently happens. In other words, if one is arrested but yet not convicted of a crime, that record follows you for a lifetime. So if it happens to you at 15 and you're arrested but yet not convicted, that still stays, that follows you even up to 55, 45.
So you said if a person is arrested but not convicted,
Yes.
that still follows.
It still follows you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
If you do not go through, currently the juvenile justice system and the justice system does have a process for expungement for certain kinds of offenses. So if you do not pursue or qualify for expungement, then that will follow you. And so what does that mean? The impact, it has multiple layers of impact generationally. So something happened at 15, 14, 16 years old, joyriding or whatever it is, but you were not convicted, you're arrested. It can prevent you from getting certain jobs. It can prevent you from getting certain scholarships to go to post-secondary education. So we see right there one mistake, what might be a one-time mistake for some, or maybe even two, can prevent them from going on to leading productive societies. And then we look at it as well from a family standpoint. Maybe that individual, he or she gets married, well, they can't maybe get the type of job that would really go toward helping them support their family like they really would like to. So I think it's something, as you called it, it's definitely necessary in our society, in our city. And it really changes lives. It gives, as you say, it gives somebody a second chance. So I really applaud it. It's something that I definitely support.
Okay, excellent. You know, when we look at the statistics from 1980 to 2008, the number of people that have been incarcerated in Illinois, or America, shall I say, not just Illinois, but in America has quadrupled from 500,000 to 2.3 million. 2.3 million people are incarcerated. 1 million of the 2.3 million are African American. And so you have to look at the disparity of number of African Americans that are in jail to those of others. Why do you feel that there are so many African Americans who are in prison? Is it because we commit more crime than other people, or is the system, as some would say, unjust to us? Is it just us, or are we just committing all the crime?
Well, there's probably multiple reasons that we can state. One, that I do conclude that there are some inequities within our justice system, institutionally, not just within the justice system, but even when we look at many times when school districts and school systems do not adequately prepare, when there isn't any kind of economic investment within urban America, within communities of color, many reasons why people will turn to a life of crime. It's not an excuse,
Right.
but there are many social constructs and constraints that will lead one. For many, and you know, Reverend, that there are many who out there will do things just to survive.
Right.
And again, it does not condone that type of behavior. But given that society, in many ways, systemically and through institutions, sort of help create and increase poverty, and we know that where there's poverty, you increase the probability of higher crime. And then, too, what's more popular today, we hear about the prison industrial complex, whereby even more so, it's important that while so many jails are being built all across America, we need to, for some, they say they need to fill those jails.
Right.
So therefore, urban America becomes a very big target on where to get those to fill these jails. To help
Listen,
these.
Reverend, we got some callers that are on the line. We
Great.
want to get to these callers. 312-738-1060 is the call-in number. You can talk to Reverend Dr. Cy Fields, who's in the house tonight sharing with us. If you have any questions, comment about our topic tonight. Should youth who have a criminal record have their records expunged automatically at the age of 18? Caller, you there? What's your name? Hello,
Yeah,
caller.
this is Reverend Creer calling in.
Hey, Reverend Creer, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. That my wife gave me permission to call you.
Well, bless you, and tell your wife we said happy birthday, sir.
Reverend Watkins said happy birthday. Okay, listen, I've got a son who had a juvenile record with a firearm.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, he has finished school. He has worked steadily on jobs. It has been a deterrent to get some of the jobs that he's trained for. So, yeah, so many, we focus too much on those who continue the crime pattern rather than those who break the pattern.
Okay.
And there are too many out there that have broken the pattern, but they're still bound by by that criminal or that activity's history.
Yes, sir.
And so I've looked at the expungement application, and there's so much criteria in there that if a person has lived 4 or 5 years past their juvenile history and done well, it should be automatically expunged without them having to go down and fill out the paperwork and go through all of the rigmarole. And I even think there's a cost attached to it. Is there not?
You
There's
said
no cost attached to it?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
There is a cost.
And basically,
Okay.
it may be toward each offense to get expunged. Each offense, you have to get each offense expunged, and it costs per expense to get that expungement.
It costs.
per
Yeah,
response.
is it
Yes.
that way in Indiana? It's free in Indiana? No, okay, yeah. Okay, I'm talking to my daughter who's a officer for the sheriff's department. And
Okay.
each offense has a cost.
Right.
Which even further exacerbates the problem. Once I turned 21 and got got 1 or 2 of juvenile offenses and have corrected my behavior, I still cannot get expunged because I can't afford it.
Gotcha. Pastor Creer, listen, we got other callers that are holding. We appreciate your point that you're making. We've got to get to these other callers. Thank you so very
Thank
much
you,
for
Pastor.
calling in, sir.
Thank you.
Bless you. Next caller we have on the call. Caller, are you there? What's your name? Hello.
Yes.
Hi.
Yes, I'm here. This is Pastor Gooseby with Restoration Full Gospel Church.
Hey, Pastor.
And I'm calling to say I definitely believe in automatic expungement for our youth who's reached 18. Other states have already enacted such legislation,
Okay.
and we should be jump on the train of this progressive movement. It should have been enacted years ago, I believe. Because first of all, most of the young people, boys, are not even mature mentally, socially at that age to have a record continually follow them when after they're 18 and older. So I agree with that wholeheartedly. But I want to just say this, that is not going to happen, I believe, unless the community get behind this enactment of this bill, and also call their congressmen, call everyone that has anything to do with community, nonprofits, and everyone galvanize their energies together to make sure that it happens.
Excellent. Thank you so very much. We appreciate that, Pastor Gooseby. Always an honor to hear you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bless you. Our next call is on the call. Call, are you there?
Yes,
What's your name?
Good evening. How
Yes.
y'all guys doing?
We're wonderful.
It's amazing the first two callers was ministers. Listen, wrong is wrong. I don't care what anyone say. You know when you're doing wrong. Now, I can understand for curfew violators or something of very minor situations, but if you out there doing breaking in and selling drugs and stealing cars and things of that nature, no, you did wrong. You did wrong. But again, where I think that we maybe need to lie, because I believe in a second chance. I don't know too many people who have not did wrong. People do wrong.
Right.
As we know in the Bible, what it say, he who has not sinned, let him cast the first stone. Well, again, we do wrong. So what would I think that we also need, because I believe in the being our brother's keeper, people that have businesses and own factories and whatnot, I think they the one to need to give people a second chance, because you did something wrong, like that gentleman at first talking about his son had changed. Well, people do change after you get older. You know, you got to be more responsible and things of that nature. They end up doing right, but there's still some people who continuously keep doing wrong. So you're looking at two sides of the table. I don't have the correct answer, but again, I'm going to leave you with this thought. Wrong is wrong. Thank you for taking this call.
All right.
Thank you. Let me hear your response.
Thank you so very
Thank
much.
you.
We'll
Thank
respond after we take these other callers, so keep that in mind. Wrong
Will do.
is wrong.
Yeah, all
Next
right.
caller that's on, caller. All right, we lost that caller. Caller, are you there? All right, so wrong is wrong. So what's your thought on wrong being wrong? So if you commit to, there used to be a TV show that came on when I was a kid years ago
Oh, yeah.
called Beretta.
Beretta, oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you remember
I
the thing
remember
with Beretta. Beretta was like,
watched
don't do the crime
if you can't do the time.
And so wrong is what he's saying. We got another caller, and we'll let you get to that caller.
All right, sure.
Are you there? Can we get to that caller? Caller, are you there? What's your name?
Yes, my name is Willie. Yes.
Willie, you can turn your television down just a little bit there, so that we won't have that reverb, that echo
Okay.
that's in while you're doing that. We appreciate your call. Callers, if those of you that would like to call in, 312-738-1060 is the call-in number.
Yes.
We'd love to hear from you. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. I heard the guy say wrong is wrong, but a lot of times young people get the idea that if they can, make easy money, people are selling them that. So a lot of times they don't think, before they commit that crime. All young people are not bad, and if you ain't got no money, you don't have no job, you're not going to school, or you're not doing nothing with your life. I think that's why crimes are, the crime rate is up.
Okay.
So I don't think wrong is wrong. I think somebody needs to be there to tell them.
All right. Well,
You can't make that mistake.
gotcha. We appreciate your call, Willie. We got to get to the next caller. Wrong is not wrong, according to Willie. I hear you. We're going to get to this next caller. Caller, are you there? What's your name?
Hello,
Hello, caller. What's your name?
this is Pastor Angela Walker from God's House of Divine Revelation. How are you today?
Pastor Walker, it's an honor to hear from you tonight. I'm doing well.
Yes, sir. I just want to make a comment that I am definitely for the youth getting their record expunged. I know of a couple of youth that are having problems. They made a mistake. They went to school, but yet and still what they did is following them and stopping them from going to the next level to get a job that can take care of them and their family.
Mm-hmm.
So not only does it hurt them in the judicial department, but it also hurts them economically.
Right. Excellent point. Because what we see, not only are they affected with employment, you mentioned that, with housing,
Yes, sir.
with education, with the armed forces, with their future, and so we have that problem. Pastor Walker, we got other callers. I appreciate you taking the time to call us, and we're looking forward to having you on the show one day.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Caller, we got another caller, and
Yes,
we're going to get
another quick comment, and I'm the one that said wrong is wrong.
Okay.
But see, there's another part of wrong is wrong. We cannot justify wrong. I don't what you gonna say? Well, I was hungry. Why I did it? I didn't know that I could not get away with it. Right. There's so many excuses. A little child will know. You tell a little child, don't touch the candy. They're not going to touch that candy because you already told them it's wrong. They sneaking it trying to get it. So they're taking a chance. Can I get away with it? Again, I'm not pleased. People don't hate me. We just can't justify wrong.
Okay, I got you. You made your point, and we got to get to these other callers. Thank you so very much for calling back. Next caller, we're going to take the next caller. Caller, are you there?
Yeah, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
Hey, I was just calling to talk about the youth.
Okay. What's your thought about expungement, that youth who have a criminal record should have their records automatically expunged to 18? You agree or disagree?
I agree. I agree with that just because sometimes, sorry, the echo of the phone.
I'm sorry?
The phone's kind of echoing up to the TV. I just turned the TV off.
Oh, okay.
All right, sorry about that. But yeah, the youth, they tend to make decisions based off of impulse. And there's something about impulse control that we take for granted as adults. And we forget that we may not have had that much control over those impulses when we were that age. Mm-hmm. And they also have influences by their peers that are a little more stepping out of the bounds, that the boundaries we used to have.
Okay. We appreciate your comments. Thank you so very much. We got other callers we do need to take, and so we got to cut that short. Next caller, and we're gonna take one more caller, and then we'll be through. Yes, caller, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. What's your name and what's your comment?
My name is Robert.
All right.
I believe I am in support of this system. I believe it's an investment in our youth. We have to start investing in our youth. It's very important that we keep the doors open and give them a chance. There's a couple of states that does this already, California and Virginia. And it is helping many of the youth get a second chance, a third chance, and even a fourth chance. When we look back over our lives, we messed up and done some terrible things. But we ought to thank God for a second chance.
My God.
So I'm in support of this. That's the sealing of the records. We all need our records sealed sometime in our lives.
Yes, sir. We appreciate that, Brother Robert.
Thank you.
We really appreciate that. We all need a second chance. So
Yes, we do.
we're going to have you wrap it up, Pastor Cy Fields, and tell us any closing remarks that you have that you want to share with the audience tonight.
Well, I think that the subject at hand is really a great one. By having such legislation, it really instills something that's very important, I think, to any society, and that's redemption. In the sense that, yes, we all make mistakes, but we all need a redemption. We all need a second chance. And this, I believe, will have multiple layers of positive results. When you allow people to give them a second chance to live, to have life, to go on to be productive citizens without having that tag or that label of this criminal record following you. And it does a lot for one's psyche, for one's self-esteem, just knowing they have a second chance. So we have an opportunity here to really do something great in the lives of young men and women, or men and women who have these records, and we give them another chance. So I think that whatever we can do, as activists, as pastors, as leaders, do what we can to make sure that this type of legislation does indeed become law.
Yeah. And so we just want to conclude by saying that our youth needs intervention and not detention. Critics have said that the juvenile justice system is unjust. It's unjust because it's unfairly stacking minorities in the system. It's harmful to youth because it's overcrowded. And what happens is our youth go in and they leave from the juvenile system a worse criminal than they did before they got in the system, and then it's ineffective, and so it's not helping our children because they are not getting the structure that they need. Well, we're out of time, but we're definitely not out of information. Roosevelt Watkins, honored to be back again. We'll see you next week. We're talking about assistance with lights and gas bill, and so if you need assistance with that, we'll provide that. We'll see you all next time. Thank you, Pastor Field.
Thank you
for
for
being
having
with
me.
us.
Thank you so
and
much.
we'll see you later.
All right.